Welcome in, welcome in. So apparently this Luigi Mangioni is supposed to be in court today. Thought we'd watch this together, see what happens. While we're waiting, I'm looking for a couple of other backup streams on it. So bear with me. We have a feed of the courthouse hallway and, of course, outside. Let me look at one more thing. I want to see if we can find out. Okay, law and crime's going to start it at 1 o'clock. That's good to know. So we'll probably switch over to law and crime. They probably will have the better feed of it, at least audio wise. Until then, we'll stick on this. Yeah, so it's not till 1 o'clock. Why are these people on here so early? And this guy, everybody acts like this guy's a hero, and it really, really, really bothers me. Oh, Lisa, I'm sorry. You're recovering from surgery. Feeling very sorry for myself. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. Hope you feel better. Hey, JPC. Hey, Harry. Hey, Baba. Bama. Brigitte. Guilt, innocent until proven guilty. I. Hey, Ginger Snaps. My mobile girl. I don't know. I don't know, Brigitte. I have a hard time. Harry. Hi, Harry. I have a really hard time with somebody who's murdered another human being being treated like they they're a hero. That's the part that bothers me. Now, if he'd have stood out in front of there and done something that caught people's attention in another way, that's a whole nother story. But I can't get past the fact that you still murdered another human being. It's against the law. It's against the Bible. You took someone else's life, regardless of how horrible they were. And it's going exactly how he planned it to go. He wanted to get all of this exposure. He wanted to get all of this attention. Now I saw something over here where he gave a message. Let me see what this is. He gave a rare public statement from jail. Let me switch over to this. Yeah, they launched a website on his behalf. I mean, this is just not. Am I the only one that feels like this is not right? I'm not saying United Healthcare is right. Trust me. I've had my fights with the healthcare system too. I just, ugh. It's just, this guy is not a celebrity. He shouldn't be treated like a celebrity. It's called LuigiMangioniInfo.com. And it says, due to the extraordinary volume of inquiries and outpouring of support, this site was created and is maintained by Luigi's New York legal defense team to provide answers to frequently asked questions, accurate information about his case, and dispel misinformation. The intent is to share factual information regarding the unprecedented multiple prosecutions against him. Here is a message from him. I am overwhelmed by and grateful for everyone who has written me to share their stories and express their support. Powerfully, this support has transcended political, racial, and even class divisions as mail has flooded MDC from across the country and around the globe. While it is impossible for me to reply to most letters, please know that I read every one that I receive. Thank you again to everyone who took the time to write. I look forward to hearing more in the future. Luigi Mangioni. So, according to this, litigation calendar. Oh, they've even got a schedule of his appearances. I really, that's what. Y'all want to look at this really quick? You want me to show you here? This is his website. So this is the one we're talking about today here. Um, it's got 4 different attorneys, and I can guarantee you they're not court appointed. He comes from money, right? His parents have a lot of money. I don't know. We'll have to. This could be a whole nother video where we go through this stuff. I just want to see what you guys are saying in the chat. Okay, let me see. Bridget responded. I didn't say that. I said he's innocent until proven guilty. Yes. Okay. I guess I get your point. Let me put your thing up here. I get your point, Brigitte, because if you had gone through something hellacious like that with United Healthcare, I could see your draw to him. I totally could because you're like, yeah, he did what we all wanted to do or whatever. Um, I think I just wish it was something different than attacking an individual. Like, I don't know. I wish there was another way he could have done it to get the attention. And you're right. Until he's been proven to be the one, because the images that they show, you can't tell it's him, but they apparently have evidence. So, yes, I'll move forward with he's innocent until proven guilty. Hey, Debbie. Joe. Good to see you, Joe. I still didn't say that. Everybody thinks differently. Okay. I'm sorry, Brigitte. Am I saying this wrong? Prayers for Luigi America. Pray regarding this situation. I'm gonna tell you, it's not just United Healthcare though. It's the whole. It's the whole healthcare system in America that's screwed up. Because it's like everybody knows it's like a joke, but it's not a joke here, where we say, yeah, you get denied, wait for your denial, and then you go in and you prove your point, and then they pay it. Like that's healthcare in America for something major that's not listed on your anything that's not listed. God forbid. God forbid. They have to be really cautious too. Like okay, so this puts the cops in New York on major danger warning because you just don't know what's going to happen in something that's like this where people are so passionate about it. It's really scary. It's the same thing as the Zach Hughes case, vigilante justice. Zach Hughes, I'm not familiar with him, or at least that name doesn't come to ring a bell to me. Ginger Snap says his parents had money. Yeah, it's all going to the lawyers now. I'm so grateful for the shelter system. It's all of the healthcare system. Yeah, exactly. Joe says I'm from Germany, and it's verboten to not be insured. If you can't afford it, the government pays. Period. Hi, IMO. Yeah, don't type in all caps, Brigitte. It looks like you're screaming at us. My mods don't like that. We'll still see it. There's not a whole lot of chatters here. Illegal. Okay, thank you, Joe. Verboten means illegal. Uh, oh, you think there's something more to it than what they're telling us because the victim wasn't living with his wife. Yeah, I heard about that. He wasn't living with his wife. He was getting a divorce, wasn't he? No. We're okay. Thanks for coming in, you guys, and listening on my channel. I know there's other places you could be. As soon as law and crime pulls up, we'll change over. But I think they're probably not going to do anything until he hits the courtroom. Uh, I'm looking to see what the statements are on his website. If there's anything that I should share with you guys. So there's a fund now. What kind of fund is there? It says Luigi's aware of the fund and very much appreciates the outpouring of support. My client plans on utilizing it to fight all three of the unprecedented cases against him. Okay, so I guess somebody started a GoFundMe for him. Of course they did. Okay, sorry I had to sneeze. All right, let's see. Okay, so let's answer a few questions here. They said, where is he in custody? He's at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, they got to pull him all the way from Brooklyn? And this is like answering questions on what you can send him. Where can you contribute to his legal fund? Does he have spokespeople? Wow. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that where there's been somebody that's it's a shame somebody like Richard Allen didn't get some kind of exposure like this. Richard Allen, I apologize, y'all. I'm sneezing, so I have to keep muting. Richard Allen with the Delphi case. He, I don't know if he's guilty. I really don't. I question it after all that's come out. Yeah, no, I get it. I just don't. I'm just so confused by all this. I'm. I guess what bothers me with a case like this is like I know. Look, I know it goes on. I don't know how bad people suffer when the healthcare system fails them, but I just what bothers me in this and what I can see and what I do know is that I'm seeing here that people are cheering on another human being that that has been brought in who everybody believes unalived another human being and everybody's cheering for him and it's just so odd to me. I don't am I the only one that feels this way? Yeah, Joe, it's just tragic all the way around. Yeah, Ginger Snap agrees with me on Delphi. Oh, thank you, Coffee Cake. Good to see you, Coffee Cake. Yeah, it just I don't know. I'm trying to wrap my brain around there's gotta be other ways to go but apparently there's no way around it though. Ugh. But so this guy gets all the okay, this is my fear, and this is where I'm coming from in this. Bridget says, I'm not cheering, I'm just praying truth to come out. Okay. Okay, fair enough, Bridget. Brigitte, sorry. I my fear in this is that this is gonna lead to the next guy doing something like this in hopes that he's gonna get this kind of exposure. So you're talking about somebody we're now gonna go after more high profile people, hoping to get this kind of and it's some people don't want that just people some people don't care about the money or anything, they just wanna be famous, and they'll do crazy things to become famous, you know? So that's the part that bothers me. Yes, I know, I believe you, mental illness, this definitely and whether or not his pain drove him to the mental illness or not, I don't know, I think that he probably has something going on there that's not right. Public approved vigilante justice is what Debbie calls it. Yeah, it's just not right. And again, I'm not saying people aren't being wronged by United Healthcare. It looks like they're being investigated now. Thank goodness. But now because this guy unalived somebody, they're being investigated. So now people are going to say, "Oh yeah, if you want to get something done now, you got to go unalive another person." You know, it's just Hi Joseph, I don't know what you're talking about with those words, with those um GOP. Right, Bama. Un unaliving another person is wrong unless it is in self-defense. You're absolutely right. I guess that's where I'm going with it. I'm just kind of everybody's acting like this guy is a hero. Okay, well, first of all, that goes back to the what if he didn't do it? He's innocent until proven guilty, right? Oh, something's happening. Oh, for crying out loud, are you kidding me? Oh my god. They're screaming and yelling for him. Can you guys hear it okay? Because I can't. That cop looks. Oh, That looks like him dressed in the cop suit. Seriously, look at the cop. Cue and action. I really hate the world we live in sometimes, you guys. That's his defense team. This is ridiculous. These people are ridiculous. I know I'm not going to be a popular voice on this. A good point, Ginger Snap. This is what happens when so many people feel voiceless. Bev's shaken, not stirred. I like your name. She said, "How must his children? Yeah, he had kids. How do they feel? They've lost dad." Was the CEO in charge of deciding outcome of insurance claims? Well, I mean, no, he's not technically the one that looked at it and said no, to be honest with you, but he oversees it. So, and Coffee Cake made a very good point. If he wasn't such a good-looking kid, I wonder if he'd get all this attention. It's so true, you guys. Think about it. I mean, we are all such puppets in this. So Law and Crime now has it up. There's people out in front of the courthouse screaming and yelling. These are all press or part of the legal team. What? A lot of people. Approved people that are going to be allowed in the courtroom. Okay. They all seem happy to be there.
No, there's more on the second, past the hallway, past the elevator. Yes, sir. On the right, yep.
I want to turn to the outside of the courtroom so you guys can see that too, but I don't want to miss anything over here. So I'll turn to it once we get. I guess. Hey, Miss Laura, I just heard you ding on. Hi, Miss Laura. Sorry, I'm sorry. I gave no notice whatsoever. I just saw that this was coming on, and I wanted to stream it. Speaking of which, hang on. I gotta go to my dashboard.
Stand against the wall. Out. Yeah, yes. No, yeah, you can go. You have to go on that one. So just go behind these guys. We're all gonna get it. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Next week, yes.
All right. Sorry, I didn't have this set up. I went live without setting anything up in the background. No, the people who have children. I'm sorry, this is probably too close to my. United Healthcare CEO had children. Welcome in, Marks. Hey, Ralph. Yes, this is live. No, it's the film on the back of the windows there. It's not that goes into another room. It doesn't even lead outside. Those doors behind those cops there. Well, we're glad to have you, Marks. I love you too, Coffee Cake. I miss you. I don't see you as much anymore. The CEO didn't make the rules. I'm gonna tell you right now, the CEO doesn't. He was part of the system. He probably didn't. He probably had more to do with the claims when he was underneath the levels of the CEO. So yeah, he's been in the system for a long time. Is he part of it? Yeah, but how many other people were a part of it? And Luisa made a good point. You know, is everybody going to have a target on their back now? Hey, Bubba. Bubba Buff. I can't always Bubba Buff. Bubba Buff. You're saying that on the ID channel they said he didn't have United Healthcare coverage? Okay, now that's even weirder. How's the audio, you guys? Because I've got one earphone on and one off. So, and I'm hearing. Okay, no wonder. I'm hearing the outside of the courtroom. That's why. Okay. So we're not getting any volume inside of this hallway. I've got Law and Crime pulled up on the other one. We're going to switch over to it eventually. And the volume is on that one. But you could literally hear people outside the courtroom yelling and screaming. We'll go back and look at some of that later after this is over with. Hey, Mackenzie. I agree with you, Mackenzie, 100%. If he wanted to make a difference, he could get people's attention. He could have gone about it in a different, unviolent way. Relic, I would be careful what you say. You're going to get booted by my mods. True Slime YouTube these days is BS fake. Why do you watch us then if you think we're slime and we're fake? Are you directing that at me? Or are you just saying, what are you saying? I was thinking that too, Coffee Cake. There's only so many seats in there in the courtroom. But I would think it looks like a lot of the people that are going in there, those people were waiting in line. Okay, I see. Those people that were behind the thing were actually probably had been there for a long, long time waiting to get in the courtroom. Oh, it's okay. Interesting captures, Flora, because I literally did not give any notice. I went live immediately on this one. So it's not your fault. Don't worry about it. Hi, Jenny. Nice to meet you. Blanco. Yes, the victim had two sons. So the audio is super low in the courtroom. Yes. I mean, right here, this feed that we're looking at is super low. But we're not going to be watching this same feed when we go inside the courtroom. So it'll change. We're going to have law and crime on when they go inside the courtroom. So it will be much easier to listen to. Yeah, the whole thing about making a weapon these days, that is crazy. We have, okay. And you guys, I know y'all are going to think I'm dumb for saying this, and I apologize, but I don't really understand the whole 3D printing thing. But we have all these laws and about, well, we have all these people wanting to make these laws about weapons, right? And we have some laws about weapons. And I'm not going to say whether I'm for or against it, but what I'm saying is like, but then you have this whole 3D printer thing that could be added into the mix that could toss all of that out. Like it doesn't, I'm so confused by it all so much. Oh, really? You think that Delphi was a staged? Okay. Okay. The land where weapons grow like on trees. It's so weird. It's just, yeah, I am not a fan of Fox. I don't know if they're going to flag me or not for this. Well, I think they had cameras in the courtroom last time and Law and Crime's on it. Let me just go over to Law and Crime, you guys. Do we really have to sit here and watch this guy walk into the courtroom? I mean, I'm going to share Law and Crime. And then we'll see. I don't know. I know what's going to happen. He's going to walk in and they're all going to start screaming and yelling again like they did when the lawyers came out. That is insane. Of course, it looks like they've got a lot of people barricaded off now. Is this the prosecution team? I can't tell who's who. I haven't been watching this case enough to know what's going on. I mean, I know the basics, but that looks like the prosecution team walking in right there. Sorry. I'm looking at one thing and talking about another. It says stakeout, accused CO. I can't say the words they use. Let me get back to y'all's chat here. Mental breakdown. I agree. I definitely think they're going to say that it's mental. But then again, I could also see him fighting to not want to go that route because he's trying to make a point, you know? Yeah, Irish is he isn't going to get a lot of sympathy for his back problems in prison. I don't get the rationale. I know. It just doesn't. Two and two don't equal four here. If he plays the victim card, it seems like that's what he's trying to do though. It seems like he is trying to play the victim card because he thinks he was or he believes he is the victim. Is he even going to show up for court today? That's a good point. Oh, trust me. Oh, trust me. He'll be there. He's not going to miss a chance to be in the public eye. You guys give some love to Bama and Laura, our mods. For being with us here today and always and taking care of you guys in the chat to make sure that you're not attacked and nothing bad happens to you verbally. This is why a lot of people don't like to go on the larger channels because people are so quick to attack one another and just say harsh things, and we don't do that here. So we try, Laura said. Yeah, you do a good job. Hey, Pam. Narcissistic, Joe. I believe he is. Absolutely. Anybody that does something like that and then I don't know. Like now he even feels even more justified because so many people are standing behind him. It's just scary. It's just scary that somebody can be cheered for taking someone else's life in our world. That's just not. It goes against everything I believe. Oh, law and crime now has the outside view. You go law and crime. Hey, Noreen, how are you, my love? Oh, now they're going back outside. Okay, they were trying. They're trying. Did you guys have a nice morning? I slept late. I stayed up till 4 o'clock last night working and editing and stuff, and I time gets away with me when I edit. Oh, I did. Thank you for telling me, Laura. I was not. See, I wasn't on the live last night or the premiere last night, and Route did 10 membership gifts. Thank you, Route. Oh, that's so sweet of you. I did not know that. I haven't even been on there. You're so good to me. I'm going to pull up something real here. Today's the 21st. Let's go ahead and do our membership thing here. I think I got 5 left. Yeah. I'll do some now. There we go. Yes, he is awesome. He's always coming in and saying, and you get a membership, and you get a membership. Oh, Route made a very good point. That's the scary part about it. Okay, okay. Ugh, I don't want to get political because we don't do politics on this channel, but um, or they're getting free healthcare. See, okay, but I get what you're saying. You're saying it's young people. It's a lot of young people. It's like these days, it's kind of like what the way it was in the late 60s, early 70s. Like people would just get together and do the whole um let's just stage a rally, outside of some place that we're going to get attention. And half of them don't even know why they're there. They just come because everybody else is doing it, or they don't know what they believe in, or they just think that, they're trying to find a place where they fit in. So, okay, that place will accept them. So they go and they stand with this crowd of people or whatever. That's just the way I feel about it. I think it's a lot of young people, impressionable young people. I totally agree with you. I know that's not going to be popular to say that, but how, it's this is wrong to say that. Well, okay, it's not so wrong to say. Here's a thought. Here's a thought. What if, and maybe the mom's going to parade his children, through that line of people. Now, as a mom, she wouldn't do that, right? But how impactful would that be for them to see his kids? Maybe them seeing his children. Would that change their mind? Do you guys I don't support putting kids out there, but I mean, it just seems to me like if people could kind of remember that side of it, it would help a little bit. So true, Joseph. All it takes is one juror, and that's scary. We could have another Colin Griffith on our hands. You guys, I'm still waiting to see what's going to happen on Colin Griffith. It's not over. It's going to. He's he's gonna. I feel like Oklahoma's gonna try him. Baba said he probably did his research on the CEO and already knew about him. Yeah, well, I feel like this kid probably has this planned. If he did this, if he's that in fact guilty, he had this plan for way far out. Yeah, I can imagine where the wife would not want to bring her children into any of this. I wouldn't want to if I was the mother. I mean, that's a hard call, you know? But, and gee, I wonder if she even feels safe going. Do any of his colleagues feel safe going? Can you imagine how unsafe his colleagues feel right now or have felt since this has all happened? Or any CEO of any other insurance company? The problem is that CEOs of insurance companies make a ton of money. So that kind of makes them unlikable because they're richies. Hey, Route, the Rose Petal guy. I didn't watch that one. I did watch one piece. Is he the one that they had to, the judge called him out in court because he wouldn't stop saying things about the person that he unalived? Is he the redheaded bearded guy that plays the piano? Is that the one? I watched a piece of that. I but I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that, yeah, he's cuckoo. Hey, Sally. No, it's not fake. It's real. Someone really lost their life. What I understand about the rose petal thing was that he unalived his wife. His own father in the rose petal murder trial, oh, I don't red rum trial, he stood behind his son and said he. Oh, we might have to touch on that one a little bit then. Hmm. I try to do it. You know what? I want to make a correction. I had said that I thought Lori Vallow was coming into court next week. I thought her trial starts next week. It's not until the end of March. I had I had it written down on my calendar as the end of March and next week as the starting the trial. I don't know where I get that from or where I got that from. Oh, he never knew the woman? Okay, now I'm like, whoa, hang on. Hey, Deb, have a good day at work. Okay, the rose petal is a friend's. Okay, the rose petal guy unalived a friend's ex-wife. He never met the woman. Okay, that's crazy. Oh, because his friend told him that he was abusing the children. I get you. Okay. Bev said, sadly, I don't think their minds will be changed by seeing the children. Those cheering don't see all the coward they are embracing this vile, not to mention wealthy, yeah, perpetrator as a chicken. He's manipulative. Manipulative. That's sad. Oh, I didn't know that, Laura. What did you say, Laura? Accidentally. Okay, something's happening. Here we go. At least nobody was cheering. Yeah, the audio's on. Oh, it is now. Sorry. They didn't cheer. You didn't miss anything. Thank you for telling me, though. I didn't realize I didn't have it on because I'm listening to this other channel. But there's no audio on right now with Law and Crime. There it is.
Can you pass me that ladder by chance? Yeah, I couldn't grab it on the way out. Did you get anything?
Yeah, we'll get into the courtroom. Let me turn this down a little bit. We'll get in there. They had a feed in there a while ago. Oh gosh, yeah, they had the feed in there a while ago, I believe. Although the judge would be smart not to allow media. I don't know. There's good and bad to that. What do you guys think about that? There's good and bad to allowing the media in. Do you think it would be better in this trial for the sake of what to do what's right? I'm not saying we don't want to give him, somebody still lost their lives here. So you want to be respectful to the victims because the families are a victim that lost their loved one. Do you, and we don't want we don't want anything going on that we don't want to know about, like as far as like shadiness, right? So do you open up the courtroom or not to this? I know they were in there before. Does that make sense, what I just said? trying to find my words here. And they're going to have to get those people out of the court hallway because that disrupts a lot of the other court stuff that's going on. I can imagine. Okay, Joe made a good point. In other cases where people lose their loved ones, the public is allowed. Why not here? Only reason I say why not here is because of the way everybody's treating him like he's a hero. That would be a tough call as a judge. It really would be. I guess I would look to the. I would look at several different sources to make my decision on that. I couldn't make that right away. Laura says, I think they should have open courtrooms. It helps the public. Yeah, it helps show everything that we're handled in a certain way and no opening for it. That's true. It does, because let's say the courtroom's not open and people try to start another narrative. Yep, you're right. Well, yeah, we showed him entering the courtroom, Sally. What is this? What are y'all doing on Law and Crime now? Come on. Oh, they're showing it again? I thought for sure we were going to be able to. Hang on. Hang on. I'm going to look into other stuff while we do this. They're just replaying this. If anybody's going to get in the courtroom, it's going to be Law and Crime. I'm checking in the background to see if there's anywhere else that has it. Nobody else has it. They all have the same view we do. Well, maybe we're not going to get in. I don't want to sit here while they go in. I'd rather wait and do an update on the hearing. Yeah, I don't know, Coffee Cake. I don't know if I'm going to get in or not. I know, we've got wait. That's another thing, too. All the people that have to, all of the police department and everything that has to take care of this for this trial. I thought we did get to see them the last time they were in court. Yeah, we don't want it to turn into a circus, Noreen. Absolutely not. Yeah, so honestly, guys, there's nothing else. Like, there's nothing else being shown. Everybody's got the same view as we do. And I could show this is Fox 5's view. So, yeah, I guess we're not getting in the courtroom. Well, that was just too much for me because I was really hoping we were going to. I mean, I don't know if I would have gone live. Did I not have this in my calendar today? What do you guys want to do? You want to stay on, or do you want me to come back and report on it later tonight? Let me go back into his website. It says that the fund donations top over $500,000 in for him right now. So, what are the Pennsylvania charges on him? I'm confused about that. Hang on, let me tell you what they are. I'm gonna change. You guys. I'm gonna mute this so I don't go insane listening to it. The Okay, so I've pulled up the criminal complaint from Pennsylvania because I'm trying to understand why that gets brought into it. Okay, so they've got him for fraudery. Fraudery. Sorry, forgery. A person is guilty of forgery if the intent it to defraud or injure anyone, or with the knowledge that he is facilitating a fraud or injury to be perpetrated by anyone. Is that because this is where the thing was printed? The weapon? Then they've also got him as having a firearm not to be carried without a license. Okay. So they've got him on petty charges in a sense in Pennsylvania. That's the part I couldn't understand. Okay. Let me go back over to then there's the federal trial, which I don't understand why there's federal and there's state trials on this. I don't get it. I don't understand that. On December the 18th of 2024, there was a sealed complaint. Okay. So on the federal charges, they're saying he traveled from one state to another to with the intent to unalive someone. Got it. when it comes to New York, it's basically you know, homicide charges. They had him to be there at 9 a.m. at one point on the next appearance. That doesn't sound right. I'm pulling up the motions on the docket. I'm going to pull up everything and see if we can find something being put up for today. Am I losing you guys? I feel like I've lost half the people that were streaming this, that were looking at this. But I think there's nothing we can do about this because we're just not going to see it. So in this case, in the federal, wait, which one am I looking at? It's just the federal. This is the District, New York. What did they say? They placed the victim under surveillance with the intent to unalive him or injure him. I mean, he's admitted guilt, right? Yeah, Lone Wonder. I just think it would be Lone Wonder said they think it's possible for cameras to be in the courtroom and it not to become a circus because the judge is in charge. I just think it would be a lot. Some judges don't want to fool with the extra work of all that, though. It is distracting. Lisa said, I think here in New York, there are no cameras that are allowed inside the courtroom. That's probably what's going on here. Well, Joseph, those charges that I was talking about, like, that's a separate case. So this guy's got 3 cases against him. He's got Pennsylvania, which are those smaller charges we talked about, which could end up being dropped maybe, but they're not going to come into play in the New York case or the federal. Well, they will come into play on the federal case, but I don't know. True Crime Junkie 83, I have not been following it very closely either, and I guess we need to because we probably should stream this one. Just wondering if they've set a court date or anything, because it seems like they're going to end up doing this pretty quickly. With everything that's going on, it seems like this is going to end up being a very quick, go to court. They should go to court quickly on this one. There's too much going on. Which we found, in the Colin Griffith trial, we found that to be a huge disadvantage to the prosecution in the case. But I can tell you right now, they'd have more than one damn lawyer on this guy. They only had one lawyer, one prosecutor for the Colin Griffith trial. Had that trial gotten more publicity, and this is Laura, this is to your point. This is where if it gets a lot of publicity, then things do change. If it had gotten more publicity, I think they would have put another prosecutor on it, and I feel like they needed another prosecutor in that room. It's not that I don't think that the prosecutor tried. I do think he did in that case, but I just felt like he was bombarded. He was okay. Laura's got all kinds of information for me she's found. Okay, so in New York, okay, so the federal rules of criminal procedure is they prohibit taking photographs in the courtroom during judicial proceedings or the broadcasting of judicial proceedings. So that's the federal though, but this is the New York state. So we're not going to get to see the federal case. Apparently, we're not going to be able to see New York either. But then how were we in the courtroom the last time, or was it just a clip? Did we just see the last time? Did we just see a clip of what went on in there? I can't remember. He pled not guilty. Yeah, this is just okay. And here's the thing, too. So he's pleading not guilty, but he has this whole manifesto and he's trying to make this is another thing that makes no freaking sense. You're going to call him a hero, but he's going to plead not guilty. If he was I'm going to shut up. Yeah, I don't know when this is just a status, but I don't know when they're going to start this trial. I know, Sally. I agree with you. As a mother, I would not bring my children to see the person who unalived their father. I agree. You're absolutely right. And I wouldn't use my children to make a point, but it's almost like these people that are cheering for him need to see these children some way, shape, or form. Somehow, they need to see that this is affected way more than just this one guy. And trust me, to make the largest point of it all, United Healthcare didn't shut down for this, okay? They didn't skip a beat because he was the CEO. They probably had the next guy in line step up for a short term until they decided who was going to be the replacement. I mean, literally, it did not affect the company United Healthcare and their process, whether it be fulfilling claims or denying claims. So it's just if you want to get somebody on a business level, get them on a business level. I almost okay. This is what. Oh wait, here we go. Hang on. That was quick. Hang on.
Luigi, what do you make of the support for you outside and that GoFundMe?
Okay. All right, we're back live. Now we'll look for the the police conference. We'll look for the conference out in the front of the courthouse. I still think Law and Crime's got the better feed. What was I saying before I stopped talking? I thought I had a good point going on there, and I forgot what it was. Oh, I know what I was going to say. So, if this kid had gone in and he'd done something to, I hate to say this after being hacked recently, but if he were if he'd gone in and hacked like their health, the system or something, their website, or done something like that, this would be totally different. Then I might be going, hell yeah. It's just it's you can't take someone's life. Cyrus says I can see a jury finding him not guilty. Y'all are talking about the video of him. Are you talking about when he shot? See, is I don't think that video 100% tells me it was him. I think it's more like well, I would I would sum that one up to the Delphi case. It's the man on the bridge. It's kind of like it could be, it might not be. Or said from the federal courthouse release, as well as CNN and a few other sites saying it as well. The bill has not been passed yet. Okay, wait. Let's see. There is a proposed legislation called the Sunshine in the Courtroom Act that would grant the presiding judge the discretion to allow cameras in the courtroom. The bill aims to increase transparency and public access to the judicial to the judicial process while protecting the identities of witnesses and jurors when necessary or upon request. The bill has not yet passed, and some critics argue that cameras could affect the fairness and integrity of the process of the okay, I got you. Thank you, Laura, for getting that to me. I apologize, I didn't read that originally. So he is getting the death penalty? I hate to say that word, but there's no way they'll offer him a plea. There's no way he'll get a deal. All right, I feel like his attorneys are going to come out right away. So we'll get a press conference real quick. Exactly, Laura. I can't chew gum and walk at the same time. I swear, I don't know why you do that to me. Thank you for help. I appreciate you. I'm gonna have to timestamp this when it's over so that people can find this stuff easily when they come back to watch it. I can't say judicial. I have a problem with it. Okay, Laura put in here. Mangioni also faces federal charges that could carry the possibility of the death penalty. He is being held in Brooklyn Federal Jail alongside several other high-profile defendants, including Diddy and Sam Bankman-Fried. I don't know who that is. Prosecutors have said that the two cases will proceed on a parallel. Prosecutors have said the two cases will proceed on parallel tracks, with the state charges expected to go to trial first. Okay, so that's New York first. Then the maximum sentence for the state charges is life in prison without parole. A February 24th hearing in Pennsylvania on charges of possessing an unlicensed firearm, forgery, and providing false identification to police was canceled. I feel like they're going to drop the Pennsylvania stuff. I honestly, I hope the feds are getting them to do that because, like, who was it in the chat earlier that said with charges like that, it might mess up the other charges. They got him when they needed those charges to utilize them to bring him in. They used them. Oh, the crypto scammer. Okay, thank you. You can't say ambulance route. I used to not be able to say certificate. I used to say certificate when I was little. I had a hard time saying it. But judicial to me is a tongue twister, especially when I am reading something and I come across the word every time it stumps me. And I know how to say it, I know how to pronunciate it. Judicial. But sometimes I think that my brain goes faster than my tongue. So I don't know what to tell you with that. That's why I told y'all I'm better on a scripted thing than I am on a live. Jurisdiction? I'm okay with jurisdiction. Joe, come on, throw some more out at me. What other words stump me? There's a couple of them that y'all know stump me, and I can't think of what they are right now. Judillary, juda. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't know, Louise. Yeah, okay, good point, Lone Wanderer. Lone says, I don't think this guy is some kind of hero. I just think the trial should be live streaming so that we can look at all of the evidence and decide for ourselves if we think he's guilty. Yeah, so it's not New York that has the D penalty, it's the federal charges. Eloise says, I can't pronounce it either. Oh, that's funny. At least I know I'm not alone. Both prosecutors and Mangioni's defense lawyers are expected to provide updates on the status of the case here in a moment, you guys. It says that Judge Gregory Caro may set deadlines for pretrial paperwork to be submitted, and a trial date could even be set. When I was hoping they were going to do that today, but they were in there quite quickly. They were in and out unintentionally. No malicious content. No malicious intent. Futuristically. You know what's scary about futuristically is that I've heard it so much doing the Daryl Brooks trial. I'm afraid I'm going to pick it up one day and start saying it. After you watch Daryl Brooks so much, you might start picking up and using his words, which are not going to help you out in the public. Yeah, if you break it down, Joe or Joseph, there's one case, to me, there's one thing here. The guy is kind of like the Idaho 4, except there's only one person that was a victim. The guy, but Idaho 4 stayed in the same state, though, didn't? No, he traveled across lines, didn't he? Oh, listen to this, you guys. Listen to the people. They have the crowd, though, far enough away from the courtroom, thank goodness. Oh, I bet the car that's transporting him just drove by, and that's why they're all screaming. No, they don't, Carrie. People look at you like you're crazy talking. Tacit. Tack it. Okay, here we go. Let me turn it up.
Luigi, thanks everybody for being here today. My name is Karen Friedman Agnifilo, and I'm here with Jacob Kaplan and the rest of Luigi Mangioni's legal team. My intention was not to give a press conference, not to give remarks, and not to speak outside of court, because I think the most important thing is to speak in court on the record. But since video cameras, the application for a video of today's proceeding was denied, I thought I would give the remarks that I gave in court out here so that the people who are interested in hearing what's happening to Luigi Mangioni can hear what's happening to Luigi Mangioni. So I'm going to do my best to stick to the remarks that were given in court. First, I want to start by talking about the fact that Luigi Mangioni remains in federal custody, where he is being prosecuted in 3 jurisdictions: by the federal government, by New York State, and by Altoona, Pennsylvania. But he's being held in federal custody, and the Department of Justice has refused to allow him to be in state custody, despite the fact that they've all agreed that the state court is going to go first. Now, this is problematic for several reasons. Number one, the federal government is still considering whether to execute Luigi and considering whether to seek the death penalty. So we are fighting that simultaneously while going first here in state court. And it impacts our ability to meet with him before court, after court. He's constantly surrounded by law enforcement. He's in shackles. He was wearing a vest today, some looked like I don't even know what it looked like, but a very serious vest with his legs shackled and his arms shackled. And so he's being treated differently because he's being held in federal custody than any other person who would be facing serious murder 1 charges in New York State court. And I made a record in court today that I don't understand what this show of danger is for. When I go visit Luigi at MDC in Brooklyn, I sit with him. He is unshackled. He walks around freely in the visiting area. We sit in a room together without law enforcement hovering over us. But for whatever reason, here, despite all the law enforcement, they need him to be wearing this vest. They need him to be shackled, and they stand right over us, and we get no time with him. So he is being treated differently because of this unusual and, frankly, just the fact that he's being prosecuted by 3 jurisdictions for 1 event. It all is about one thing, one single event. So we object to that. We also made a record today that although the Manhattan DA's office has been providing discovery, we're past the discovery deadline, but they have made an effort to provide discovery, and we appreciate it. But what we haven't received is the police paperwork from New York City. We haven't received any of, they call them DD5s. Those are the follow-up police reports that detectives write. I am sure there will be hundreds of them, and we have not received those yet. Very important. We've also just today received the discovery regarding the arrest in the Altoona case, and we've received a little of that previously, and we are concerned that Luigi's constitutional rights were violated in Pennsylvania, and there are serious search and seizure issues that will be litigated in that case in Pennsylvania and in this case here and in the federal case, because it is alleged that Luigi had a gun on him and had other property on him that they are going to use against him in all of the cases. And if there is a search and seizure issue, and again, we have to review all of the paperwork and camera footage when we receive it before we say definitively whether we think there is one. But so far, what we are seeing is we think there is a serious search and seizure issue. And so we want the opportunity to litigate it, including in Pennsylvania, where he was supposed to have a court date on February 24th, but the Department of Justice is refusing to transport him and allow him to face the charges in Pennsylvania. So he cannot litigate those issues in Pennsylvania. And which brings me to the most important point that we made today, which is Luigi's right to a fair trial is being infringed upon because he is being publicly treated as guilty and as having the presumption of guilt as opposed to the presumption of innocence, which is what he is entitled to. And although, of course, I understand the NYPD's need for a press conference before an arrest or after an arrest, which they did here. I didn't like it, but they did it and I understood it. What I did not understand was how shocking it was that this week on HBO in a documentary, I see the chief of detectives and the New York City mayor, full hair and makeup done, sitting down and giving an interview for television and talking about the evidence in Luigi's case, talking about police paperwork that we don't have, talking about forensics that we have not yet received. I guess we have now today, but I didn't when I was sitting there learning about the case, hearing an actor play Luigi reading from a journal that they say is Luigi's, and we have yet to receive it from the prosecution. And so it's outrageous that they have time to go and prejudice Mr. Mangioni's ability to receive a fair trial and go out and make these statements, but not give this to us. And so we are concerned because if the chief of detectives is telling everybody about all this evidence, and what if it ultimately gets suppressed because it was an illegal search and seizure in Altoona, Pennsylvania, how is he going to get a fair trial? So those are a little bit more than I was allowed to say in court, but that's the gist of it. That's what my prepared remarks were, and hopefully will allow cameras in the court going forward. If not, I will continue to provide information. We put up a website that just has basic information. It's luigimangioniinfo.com, and we will post a transcript of today's proceeding on that website. And that's where we are going to be providing hopefully accurate information about this case. I apologize. I'm not going to take any questions, and I'm not going to make any other out of court statements, because this is truly intended just to be a recitation of what happened in court. But one last thing is Luigi really wanted to thank the supporters for being here, and we all appreciate it very much. Thank you so much.
Do you want to say something about this being a referendum on the healthcare industry?
Hey, Cass. Yeah, we're probably going to hear from the prosecutors as well. Wait, are the news media picking up all their microphones? I thought the prosecution was also going to speak. I guess not. And if they do, nobody cares apparently. No, I guess they're not. Hey, Cass. Where in his. It's a movie called, maybe someone wrote it inspired by true events. Are y'all talking about wait, I'm trying to catch up on what y'all are talking about because I was on another feed. I don't think we're gonna get anything else from this, you guys. Not if the reporters are pulling up all their microphones. Yeah, so I guess what we need to do is one day, that might be a good day for me to go, like a day that's more quiet, for me to go in and just pull up his website and start reviewing it with all of you guys, and we'll take a good look at it together and talk about it. So we'll do that. And I guess that's it for now. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Thanks for jumping on at the last minute. Thanks for being here. To my mods, Laura and Bama. We're going to get, that's the one thing about this case, we're going to get some different people coming in to listen and talk to us and chat with us. And some of them, I think, are, I don't know. It's going to be new peoples. Sometimes when we have a lot of new peoples, we have to be careful. Let's see. Oh, who is Luigi? Okay. On HBO Max. Yeah, isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy that they've already put out a documentary on this kid? It's like, wow. But I am interested in his life leading up to all this because I want to know, is he has he always been radical like this? Has he always been very outspoken and you know. Anyway, all right. I'm going to let you guys go for now. I might be back on tonight. If not, I'll probably see y'all tomorrow at some point. You guys have a blessed weekend. Don't forget to go out over and check out Laura at Interesting Captures. Laura, you can throw up your link really quick. Um, she's going to be putting out some more stuff on Gacy, and she's also working. Can I tell him what you're working on, Laura? Am I allowed? She's working on a good case, you guys. It's it's going to be fun. Okay, so she's doing the Pam Smart stuff. She's going to do this Pam Smart trial. Not the trial necessarily. She's doing documentary on the whole thing. So, and she's done great on some of these historic cases that just really went crazy. I mean, if you think about it, back then we didn't have YouTube and everything. Can you imagine if we'd had YouTube now? Like if that case had been some of these cases back when all this crazy stuff went on. Oh my gosh, look at the Manson murders, Manson red rums. If we'd have had Jack the Ripper, yes. And what would have gone on with us being on YouTube and being able to have trials, be in court and stuff? She's got Mark says she's covering the Waukesha Freeman versus Kerry trial. You're so crazy. You're so crazy. Laura put her link to her channel there. All right, you guys, y'all be good, and I will talk to you very soon.